So yes, I am back. I am doing the start of the second run through. I deleted everything else. See, I don't have that thing there. I think it just complicates things. For me, I just like simple, bare bones knuckle, and that thing I had to give up would have done that beautifully. Yeah, it would have just stayed, maybe to level 1, and hopefully we'll do this for the second installment of this. Because I definitely love that thing more than I like this thing. Even though it takes up less space and it's lighter, it's got to get charged, it's got to go, it's got to, it's got to do its thing where it goes forward like a baton. He just picked that thing up and just bam, bam, so absolutely. Just looking for something that looks with the same comfort. I do healthy stuff, like beer and soda and stuff. I try to do, orange juice, cranberries, the kidneys. It's getting like you're fucking hot in here for this bullshit, dude. So yeah. Now we have some cold water still. I gotta get the rest of that. Now I was thinking about going out and getting some more water and stuff, but I think I'm done for tonight. I've had, like I said, I picked up some shrimp earlier. They were just little shrimp that's already been eating tails off. I don't know how much I paid for that, but it was there. And I think, well, it's less to cut up the snuggle because she liked the shrimp. But she really didn't eat much of it today. I don't know why. So I have a double stacked. It's not solo, but it's something generic from Walmart that I'm going to tell you right now. You hear that? That's just going on the sale. But you don't pay that price. Maybe solo makes it a little bit stronger, but so yeah, this is a good flashlight that I got at Family Dollar. It's got a lot of grip on it. Is it tactical? I don't really know. If it had like a red lens cover for it, and you're able to switch it just by turning that from red to blue, back to white, that would have been more tactical, and then have whatever it has instead of the instead of that laser. I mean, the laser, it's great that it's there, but what am I pointing at? Like, I was playing with my cat earlier with a flashlight. They didn't really need a laser. What they could have done was just had filters for it that when you turn it, they slide over. They slide over and they make the light red. So it's more nighttime. It's less seen than something like this. And that's why I say that it's not really tactical. Because if it was tactical, there would be a UV light there that you can still see, but it's the lowest. And it sees a lot that you don't when you're going into a building. It's a very light purple, a UV light. But you can see a lot when it comes to blood. And the luminol is put on it. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad little flashlight. I mean, like I said, if you're walking your dog, if you know, and like I said, I got gypped because I paid way too much for it. But the only reason why I did, I said, you know what? There's people local here working here. It's a local business. There's local paychecks. Somebody made a sale, $15. Yeah, I got ripped off. I absolutely got ripped off on this. Yes, it is. It is made of aluminum. Yes, it is lightweight, but it's got a lot of like reverberation when like I tap on it with my middle finger. It's not. It doesn't feel solid. You know, and how would it take a drop? Well, I just basically just tap it up against my wrist, like the palm of my hand, the lower palm, and I'm just doing little like bangs, and it doesn't really seem to be interfering with anything. Now, like I said, if you have a glove on that has enough padding on the wrist, and you take that palm of your hand and you start off breaking ice, you can break through some pretty thick ice. I wouldn't say like, you know, 4 fingers thick or nothing, but maybe 2 fingers thick, or maybe 3 fingers thick. You might be able to, with the right glove, punch through it, you know, like one of those Temu gloves, or use your flat hand. So that's what I use sometimes when I want to test the flashlight. You know, I bang it up against the palm of my hand. If you just hard enough to where I can feel it, and if any harder, it's going to start to hurt. That hard enough is, if it's hurting me, it's hitting me hard enough. Because this can also, like with the lanyard on, can also be used if you take your thumb and your index finger and you wrap tightly around the very bottom, you can actually use that as a mini billy club that come across the head. Like if you're a female, and all you can do is like boom, just grab you can even just grab it below the lanyard. You got the lanyard around your hand, just grab it below that and just swaddle, like come across like it's, you know, like, you know, you're just swinging it. And then once you swing it, then you get it in your hand, and then you can gouge. Like I said, this crown needs to be put with some crazy glue so it doesn't come out. There's no reason for it unless you're able. See, now I'm able to screw this crown bezel off on the, and now it looks retarded. So, you know, it's a metal one. It's not plastic. It's definitely metal, but it's an aluminum. It's lightweight. It needs to be Loctited onto there. Now I can pull the flashlight apart very easily, and you can hear it squeaking like a motherfucker. That's terrible. That's very annoying. That's going to get Loctited because there's no reason to pull the battery out. There's no reason to look inside. The battery will be locked in there. It has a plastic sleeve to help keep it like from reverberating back and forth. It's just a way to take up space and have it still work and still bounce around, which is what you want, because when it takes bangs, I mean, I would have had it more securely fit, but you have to understand this battery may expand a little bit, so it's going, the sleeve, that the plastic that it's in, it can move freely, but it keeps it right where it needs to be. That's actually a very ingenious design. Whoops. I don't know what this battery is because it just says it's a 10, it's an 18650-1500. Yeah, it's an 18650. So they're actually a very good battery. You'll see them a lot in a lot of the higher end, like the Olights and stuff. The 18650s, you'll see them in through nights. This is actually a very good battery, and it does allow for the battery to expand a bit, but it also keeps it in place, the aluminum, so if the battery does explode inside, you may, it may not hopefully get past the aluminum. Hopefully it's secure. But yeah, this could definitely get Loctited onto the screws. There's no reason to pull this battery out. There's no reason to change it. What am I going to change it to? and it'll actually help with the, and it just, all it has to do is be able to charge. Yeah, so let's see if I don't have any crazy glue so I can do this. Let me bring y'all over this way. Let me just pause this. You'll still be able to hear what's going on, but let me see if I can do that, because this flashlight it can be Loctited. This battery is an 18650. It's great. It's rechargeable. It does a great job. It does not need, this battery never needs to come out. And if the battery goes dead or explodes, there's a very hefty, like a resin plastic cylinder that the battery gets put into, and then it comes down, and it does have a little bit of movement. It does rattle, but I will tell you, once I Loctite it, or crazy glue it, if I still have some, I hope. I may have thrown it out. I don't know. There's my waist measurement tape. But yeah, I don't know. My flashlight can be charged in the car with that, because that's for a cigarette lighter. Most earlier version cars, but still. Oh, that's a knife sharpener. It's got it's a Fabware, yeah. It's just a garbage thing I bought at Walmart. But yeah, let me get the crazy glue was in here. I had it. Did I throw it out? See, that's the thing. See, I may have. It may have just been used up. So let me see if, no, it's not. It's here. And it still has the, and it still feels soft, so it hasn't hardened up yet. Alright, so let me do this. Let me put this on the outside. Hold on. Shit. I need a needle now, don't I? I love cut leaf. Cut leaf is a great marijuana. What the fuck is this? Oh, rechargeable lighter. Yeah, that's the orange one that I can't look. Oh, there it is. It's been there the whole time in this drawer, and it's orange. I'm surprised. Let me go plug that in, because it's got a little, that's just what I could have used. But I went last night, bought some more booze, and then I went ahead and got some more lighters so I can, you know, violate my lease even more. Hey, look, sorry. Not sorry. You know, I pay rent here. You know, if I burn the fucking place down, then sue me. I don't know what you're going to get, but, you know, I mean, look, judgments, you know, they matter. You know what I mean? Judgments against you ruin your credit score automatically, so. I do smell it, so it is. Get any out. Wow. Needs something more, because yeah, once it's sealed with the crazy glue, it just isn't going to come out anymore. Period. I just got to find a needle that'll go down, and I do have a pack of sewing needles. They're just multi-purpose. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind learning how to sew. I mean, look, not everybody, you know, is handsome enough to get a wife. So what you want to do? You gotta learn how to take care of yourself, right? Look at that. Oh, here they are. No, that's not them. No, that's, yeah, they are. Here's the needles. I can put this bag in there. What is in there? Oh, that's the borax. That's what Bill Guinan gave me. Yeah. Rest in peace, Bill. I miss you, bro. U.S. Marine. Okay, so it's now open now. So this can go out. I'm going to go ahead and just stick this in just some ways, very thinly, very quickly around the threads. Yes, quickly. Once it's crazy glued, I can still get it out, but I'm not going to need to. And now the last thing I need to crazy glue are the threads of this piece, because there's really no reason for it to come off unless there's a change in bezels, but there isn't. So what I do is I just take it and I put a little bit here, and I put a little tiny bit on the threads here. Please don't do this to me, not now, not while I got this on here. Come on. Come on, get it down on there. There we go. And that's it. Now it's going to thread, it's going to dry chemically, and I'll never have to do anything but charge that again. It's now a disposable because there is no getting to that battery. I can, but I'd have to use somebody with very strong hands. Once you crazy glue or Loctite something, it doesn't matter if air gets to it or not. It's going to chemically harden, and that's what I want. That'll help IPX it a little bit more. That'll help waterproof it just a little bit more because it's going to be locked there. You know, there's no water escaping. I don't think there would, even if I didn't Loctite it. I just, you know, if it's got the battery it needs, then that's it. We're done. It's just Loctite the shit so it don't come out, and you're ready to go. It makes it that much stronger. It's not, like I said, is it's now a rescue one? Possibly, maybe not. You know, but it's now more waterproof. I just need to give it some time to. Will it take the heat? I don't know. We'll see. But I crazy glued that bitch. I had to get my sewing needles to get down in there and push whatever out so I can get to the so this flashlight is definitely going to be taken care of. I think Loctite will lock a lot tighter. But now, all I need to do is plug it into just a regular USB. I already have the one for it, especially. Special spot. The battery is still very noisy, it'll still rattle around, so I don't know, but it's always going to be very bright, very tunnel, and then that's it. You know, there'll be that that's that far away one, but it's still very, very bright. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And then there's the lower one. Would I recommend it for ghost hunting? I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. You know, if you're looking for a $15 watch, or not watch, but if you're looking for a $15 cheap dollar store, I mean, $15 really isn't cheap. I think, like I said, I really do believe I got ripped off on this thing. But like I said, it is a full aluminum body. It is painted black. I don't know what kind of coating they use. Usually most even in China, most aluminum, there's certain paints that will adhere and stick to that properly. Other things just won't. It'd be nice if they could creosote this and make it a little more pleasing, and then still sell it for the 15. They shouldn't even be selling this for 15. Just because it has a laser light. Now I can play with my cat. She loves it. Yippee yay. But it's the dollar store, the dollar store. Yeah, so this has been tightened on. This ain't gonna come off easy. It's actually made it more waterproof. I can still smell the crazy glue underneath it, but this is going to be fine. This is now even stronger. Like I said, do I recommend it for the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines? No. This is the equivalent to something that you buy at the dollar store that's decent, that has several different functions, that charges well. The one good part about it is that it only used to open up to get to the battery from opening it one way. Now the rotating bezel is locked up, but the adjuster still has free movement. You see that? So I don't have to worry about anything coming off, any parts. It may have even made it more water resistant because I went all the way around the threads. So, I mean, we'll see. But it's still basically just, I don't want to, if it already has an 18650 battery in it, those are very good. They provide a lot of power to the light. 18650s, our Nightcore uses 18650s. A lot of other flashlight companies uses 18650 batteries. You know, so this is now a much stronger. Even if I drop it, that Loctite or that crazy glue may still keep it nice and firm. See, I put that down hard with the threads covered lightly, you know, a little drab along the threads, and then I put that on. It was giving me a little bit of trouble at first, but it's fully dried. Oh wow. Yeah, so this cannot come undone. I cannot get this undone, but the other thing that slides easily, the adjusting part to it, very good. So we'll just let that dry and harden. It's got to chemically harden. I'm pretty sure it's instantaneously, but I'm not going to mess with it. It's got a little rubber piece for the back end. Like I said, this is a strong enough flashlight. It gives you a, it says tactical, but it really isn't. It's an aluminum, like a lot of other things you buy at the dollar store. It's a little bit thicker. But now the battery really don't rattle around since I put that Loctite on there. Like, it feels much, much more solid. Yeah, it's great. Like, why does it feel less hollow? It doesn't even rattle around anymore. So I got it in there. It's Loctited. All I got to do, let's see what happens if I... Let's see what happens if I take this off and start to plug it in. Let's see if it, you know, heats it up to a really bad level. I don't know. But I think I gotta be careful how I put this in. And it will keep the it'll keep the, I don't think this is going to work for me. Hold on. I'm gonna, oh, it's got to go up this way. Alright, so let's, okay, that's why it wasn't going in, because I wasn't, and I don't want to force anything, so all I gotta do is just push this in, maybe it won't go with this one. Maybe I should not force it. No, it won't go. No, this will not go. This is not the, it should, but it's giving me a problem. I don't want to force that in. So what I'll do is I'll just use the actual one that it came with. So I'll go ahead and put this here for now. I'll go get the other one. I know where it is. Yeah, so I finally found my little lighter that I bought on Temu that was like, it was a electric lighter with a little light on it, and it's like perfectly, like you can take it biking, hiking, water rafting. It's got a tiny little light. It's not great, but for a small area, it's fucking perfect. I love it, and I was looking for it, and it's been in the drawer the whole time, even though it's a bright orange. Yes, this is what I need right there. This is the one that came with the flashlight, and it doesn't really, oh yes it does, it definitely looks a lot different than what I was getting ready to shove in there. I cannot do that. Alright, so what I have to do now, hold on, let me drop this over here, let me drop this down here, plug that in, and I think that also, no, this one, this lighter slash flashlight, oh my gosh, here we are. Let's see if we can get it now. See, I'm glad I didn't force that in there, because now that went in there beautifully, and it's charging. See that? And plus I got my little cigarette lighter flashlight, which isn't, you know, it isn't the brightest, but man, I'm telling you, it's got 3 modes. It's got low, it's got strobe, and then it's got high. And the high and the low is actually bright enough to manipulate yourself in an apartment, whether it's an abandoned apartment or whatever. Now, how much juice is in there, I don't know, but for a person that's going outside to smoke that needs a little flashlight, even a strobe to warn off animals or predators, this has just enough, and it's a krypton bulb. It's very bright. You know, and it's got like, you know, like the ever ready flashlights, like the unbreakable, like the very unbreakable plastic lens on this. Like, it just doesn't shatter. It's water resistant. Like, I could dive with this thing, and I don't think nothing would ever happen to it. I swear to God. And you get them on Temu. And that's what I was looking for, but they don't really do a good job. This even has a locking system where, like a Zippo, you press a button and it opens it up, and then it, you know, you have a neck on it, but it's definitely a lighter. And there's a little blue light that flickers until it goes off, and then you can close that up. And it's actually waterproof by itself. It absolutely is. But then you take a little lock bar, and they allow you to put that right over that, and that keeps it from even getting accidentally hit. And you can hook that. They have a little, like a necklace thing that comes with this, and I have it someplace. I probably have it closer than I think. I don't know. But anyway, they can go right in the pocket, and if you're on a whitewater raft, and this thing goes under with you, just make sure you get out of that situation. Don't worry about your flashlight. Don't worry about this thing in your pocket. It was fully charged. You have a backpack with all that essential stuff. It's a mini backpack. The other stuff went down the river, clothing and stuff, but you're going to be fine. You have everything you need in that mini backpack. You can build a fire. You can climb trees. You have plenty of cordage, at least to, you know, get a shelter started. You got enough to cut off even and to pull apart to make kindling for fire. Yeah, that's what paracord does. It's got that little stuff you can actually get on fire. But it's always good to even look at your cotton socks. You know, you just pull some threads out, just something long enough just to manipulate it to burning starting material. So here we go. I gotta love it. Oh, you mother Hubbard. Now again, this nigga is 6 foot 3 feet tall, 6 feet 3 inches tall. He is a big motherfucker. How big is Shaquille O'Neal basketball? How big are these basketball players? This guy's 6'2". He weighs 210 pounds? His bio's not here. Hold on. Yes, it is. Jacob Lee. Right. Don't look like much, but he's a big motherfucker. And all he was just a cargo transporter. You know, but just a very big, hefty guy able to lift. You know, but cargo in spaces has a different mechanism because they have anti-gravity, which would allow it to be moved with, you know, very easily. And momentum exists differently, but everything else is pretty much on point. Born in 78, so I was, yeah, he was born several years after me. Status alive, 6'3", 210 pounds. Do you know how fucking big that is? How tall are you? Are you 6 feet 3 inches tall? Do you weigh 210 pounds? That is a big dude. So, let's continue. There's nothing in there. I already know that. I just have to do it. Just because I'm passing, just because my brain tells me, all right, do it, you just do it. Because all other video games, I'm trained this way. Resident Evil, just do it. Check. Do it. I know, you may have been there, I have memory. Just do it anyway. Because sometimes they like, these video game creators, they like to use things that look alike. So it makes you think that, yeah, alright, I already checked this dude, but maybe, you know, a different floor. And then if you're smoking like I am, well, guess what? Your memory gets a little bit jarred. But I'm okay, I snap back quick. I mean, he's definitely going to be very warm in a prison.
Almost there.
I wouldn't imagine it to be very warm out here. You know, there's heat sources now, but what would it have looked like without all the crash and burn? It looked fine. Now, this does allow him to be quiet, much more quiet. But if you're caught I didn't get caught yet. It almost looked like I did, didn't it? Listen to the sounds. You hear them grunting and groaning and wow, wow. Listen to where they are. Listen to how they sound. There's also a robot there. God, he's always so fucking loud about it. Boom. Finishing move, he's done. He ain't getting back. Watch this asshole. Arm gone, boom. See ya, see ya. Oh, he's dangerous. Fuck is he dangerous. Especially at his height. Imagine fighting a guy that big. Most Americans aren't that big. A lot are. A lot of Americans are very tall. Only few are tall enough to play basketball professionally. Doing so much better now. I think I was on like hard when I did this myself, and I even erased that. I'm starting over again. Hope everybody don't mind, and you know what? Y'all know me by now. I'll say I'm sorry, but, you know, in reality, I really don't give a fuck what you feel.
Whatever's going on could finally be my chance.
Why?
I just gotta be
Because
ready.
everybody's going to be a critic. Everybody's going to have something to bitch about. I'm the same way about video games. So, should the creators be worried about me? No, they continue doing slipshod work with this one beautiful engine that they have. If they can critique it and make it better, maybe even with the PS5 or a PS6 perhaps, that would be great to see something like that. But until then, if you guys can get together and create more DLCs to add, I don't care if you're charging 99 cents, $4.99, $8.99, do another battle pass. Warning. Oh, bastard. Oh, there he is. Hey, what are you doing?
Just got back from going well.
Oh, so how was your dinner? What did you order at
It's a buffet.
Oh, okay, so it's you just go and pick whatever you want, whatever you like the most of. But you do it until like you pay one price and you eat until you're full.
Yeah.
Have you ever told I shouldn't say this, especially if no, I'm not gonna say this.
Say what?
There's a joke that goes around about the Chinese buffet, but I don't want to say it, especially if I'm on air, because I know you're a big dude, and I don't want you to think that maybe I'm making fun of you in some way by telling you this joke. But you probably heard it. It's about the really big guy. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna tell you. You know what? You're a big boy. You're okay.
I want to hear it, man.
You're a big boy, you can handle it, right? You're a big boy, you can handle it.
It'd probably be funny.
It is, right? But I know you're a big guy, so I just don't want to see any tears coming down. Like, oh my God, how could he say that? But anyway, it is very funny. All right, so the big guy, he's like John Candy funny. I don't know if you ever knew that actor or how big he was in the movies, but he's a very big man. Him and Chris Farley, also a comedian, very big. They both died, unfortunately, but they were very big men. They liked to eat, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just anyway, big guy goes into a Chinese restaurant. And of course, he's big, and the Chinese people, the Chinese restaurant people with the all-you-can-eat buffet, they say, okay, all you can eat, $7.59. $7.59. Okay, good. Right. So, but they're talking to each other in China, and the daughter says, hey, Dad, this freaking guy is pretty big. He might, I don't know. I mean, $7.59. I mean, he could probably eat the whole sticking thing. Father says, no, I ain't worrying about nothing. He says, if this fat guy, he says in Chinese, if this fat guy eat all this food, then we give him the rest for free. Okay? But he didn't tell the fat guy that. So anyway, daughter sits there and says, okay, Dad. Says it in Chinese. I don't know how it would be said. But the English version would be, okay, Dad, whatever. All right, so the daughter being smarter than the dad, the dad being overworked and just business being dead and having to handle everything and make sure everybody's happy in his family is going through stress. So he gets looking at this fat guy, and the fat guy goes ahead and he fills his plate. I mean, God, he fills the plate right up to the top. It's like Mount Everest going on there on this guy's plate. So he brings it back and he eats it. And he takes his time. He don't rush. He's not a pig. He doesn't eat quick. But he takes his time. And, and there are also other people in there eating as well. But they come and they go. They filled their plates probably maybe twice and then said, all right, let's go, for the all-you-can-eat. And they had everything from the little sweet rolls to everything, the rice, everything. They had it. 5 kids and everything. They brought the entire family. Kid even had a birthday there, Here's this heavy-set guy. He's still there eating, but he's eating slowly. And then he gets back up. Now, of course, because everybody else is there, they got to keep replacing the stuff and make it fresh. That's the order of the day with fast Chinese buffets. So they kept filling it, and then finally this guy gets done, and he brings one plate down, and he gets another plate, and then he goes around and he takes a hunk of everything else, and he just keeps eating. Now, by this time, it's 9 o'clock, 9:15, somewhere around then. Things are starting to slow down. They're only open till about 10:30, maybe quarter to 11 at the most, just to clean everything and make sure everything is clean. The state walks in, they don't want to get cited, they don't want to lose money, whatever, fines and shit. So and this guy's still eating. And now he's eating a little bit faster, but still taking his time. And now that the Asian people, the Chinese people, they're all walking around, they're getting a little bit nervous and saying, we really don't want to have to make anything more, and this guy just keeps on eating. So finally, the owner, already stressed out, approaches the fat man and said, look, you too big. You eat too much. You go home now. You eat too much. You too fat. You go home now. Goodbye. They made the poor guy get up and go, but he was able to take the doggy bag with him. He took so much food he got for $7 and change. I know that was I was trying to make that funny, but it really wasn't. Thank you for the laugh, bro. I feel much better. But imagine being a big guy and, you figure as an owner of a business, all right, you got a family and they're going to eat a little bit more. We got to replace it a lot anyway for it to be fresh. But you get this big guy that just keeps eating and eating, and now he's there for so long eating. They want him to go home. It's like, look, you fat, you too fat. You need diet. You eat too much. You go home now. Goodbye. And they're basically kicking this guy. They're kicking the guy out because he's just taking too long to eat, and he's just eating everything.
Can we do that tomorrow, please?
Huh?
Mom wants to get this carpet up, but it's a big piece of carpet, so we can do it tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, just don't forget to do it, though. If you promise your mom you'll do it, just make sure you do it tomorrow. That's all.
Just do it tomorrow.
Yeah, just make sure you keep up with your end of the bargain. A promise should never be broken by anyone.
I'm in Titanfall.
You're in what?
What's that thing? Titan?
Oh, Titanfall 2? Yeah, it's a good game. But I'm doing a stream for COLISTO Protocol. I really wish they would have made a multiplayer with this, because I think it would have been a wonderful game. I think it has a lot of potential.
No, that's an order. You kill anything that moves.
This is just going to turn into a cutscene. It happens. But the guy, I have to say to my YouTube audience, this guy here really is not a bad guy. I don't think I don't think it's the same guy. No, I don't think it's him. But the guy that rescued him when he first crashed, and he found his buddy dead, with his face half burnt off, he seemed like a pretty decent guy, but I don't think this is the same dude. They just don't have any hair.
You can tell me.
Is that him? He's awfully nasty, man. Now understand something, this character, I say it again, in this game, they have him listed as a man of 6 foot 3 feet tall, weighing 210 pounds. That is a big boy. And he's having trouble against these, I don't know if you call them zombies or half-dead or mutated people.
I call them zombies.
Yeah, I just call them zombies, but they're like half-dead mutated people. Yeah, it's basically a zombie.
Especially with zombies.
What you mean?
Infected.
But this guy is a big dude. No, a lot of people are not 6 foot 3 feet tall.
Just keep going.
210 pounds.
I am.
Well, you are, yeah.
I'm 6'3".
You're 6'3". You're same. You're
6'4".
so you're the same height basically as Jacob, the character in Callisto Protocol, because he's listed. If you look at his bio, he's listed as 6 feet 3 inches tall, 210 pounds. That is a very big man. And he didn't even decide to fight. He just, in the cutscene, he just closed the gate and let those zombie dudes go ahead and get the other guy. I thought that was very smart. He could have easily used his brute force to try to fight, and he may have been victorious. But it was very smart what he did. I gotta give the developers of this game, the creators, kudos for having a cutscene that does that, because he would not have won, even at his size. And it's always good to see a big, brawny guy use his brains instead of his brawns. That's always a refreshing thing in a video game. It's a refreshing thing in real life too. Seeing a very big man, a very strong man, self-controlled. That is, because he knows how powerful he is. But to be able to be loving and controlled and never even let that side show, that has got to be such a marvelous thing. But anyway, getting back to this game, this is a very big dude. I would not want to mess with him, not in real life, not somebody that big. So yeah, don't deliberately try to pee him off. But he's having a lot of trouble in this game, even at his size, just dealing with what's going on here, with the type of formidable zombies he's dealing with. Formidable meaning just very, very strong, very formidable, very hard to beat. So if somebody calls me formidable, it means I'm very hard, very difficult to beat. Aftermath.
Necessity. To do what is required. To make the hard choices. As your new warden, I will do what is necessary. For you. For this storied institution. For the good of all mankind.
Now, this was a very secure prison. I mean, it was like Alcatraz. It's on a rock. You're going in, but you ain't getting out, ever. You'll get out dead, maybe. And something happened to this prison to cause damage to it. So, according to the storyline, which is actually pretty good, it creates sort of a horror game, but not quite horror. You know, it gives Jacob some abilities, a chance to fight back. Where in a lot of horror games, you just die. You have to move. It doesn't really give you much recourse for defending yourself. Some horror games do. But a lot that I've played really don't. Alright, so we're opening up this locked door. I like the fact that he got, like, graphically that there's blood all over his prison suit. That's a very good touch. But then it just disappears. Like, keep it on there. You know, increase the realism through artistry. Okay, that's right. I gotta squeeze through here.
Jacob! Over here!
Not hip firing.
What's that?
I'm hip firing.
Yes, definitely, because this will help you out in COD as well. A lot of those people you report for cheating, they popped out, and they understand hip fire is not aiming down sight, it's moving your left analog stick, not your right analog stick. And you're just moving back and forth. Increase that so it's faster, that back and forth, and do hip fire, you're going to be victorious. You're going to aim down sight when hip firing. You got to use those parts to your guns. Aim down sight speed while hip firing. You need to have at least one of those, and then aim down sight. Sprint to fire speed or movement speed is always good. You know, on COD, that's usually what gets you the kills. But anyway, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Good job, Pete.
Alright, I am back. Ooh. Ouch. Hey, Snug. Yeah, I gotta go out town again, because I need my triple antibacterial ointment, and I know they're going to charge me a... Have you ever had a toenail that, like, a hangnail, but then when you pulled on it, it ripped and it hurt? That's what happened with me, and I don't want it to get infected. I did it earlier today, because there was a piece of nail there, but I just ripped it off instead of just clipping it, and I didn't think that it would hurt that bad, but it bled like a mother effer. And so now I just got it wrapped in gauze and tape, but I don't have any antibacterial because I gave some to my neighbor for her dog a couple of weeks ago. And now that I need it, I don't got it, but I'm not going to ask for it back because I already gave it to her. It just wouldn't be right, so I'll just go down and buy some. Yeah, once I give something away, I don't ask for it back. It's just... Right, snuggle, snuggle. Snuggle, snuggles. I know, you're so beautiful. I love you, Mama. Yeah, my Mama. You're such a pretty lady. There you are. Snuggles is a pretty lady. There you go. She's like, yeah, whatever. I'm cleaning my butt. So if we don't really have a big winter here in New York, I won't even need to wear boots. I can just wear sneakers, like, unless it's icy or something. But I got, like, all these different boots that are coming, plus the old stuff. And I need to get another pair of sneakers. I just don't know if I want to go off to Temu to get them, or if I just want to get, like, Reebok and spend $100 and call it a day. Because Reebok is the most comfortable shoe in the world. Not the most popular anymore, but definitely the most comfortable as far as I'm concerned. And if I don't have to wear warm-ass boots this winter, if it's not that, bad of a winter, then I'll just wear sneakers as long as it's not slippery. But anyway, listen, Brian, I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. I'm not going nowhere.
All right.